In the heart of Samarkand stands a monument that echoes with the whispers of an empire. Step into the final resting place of one of history's most formidable conquerors. Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we explore Timur's Mausoleum, a beautiful and fascinating place that houses the remains of the infamous Turko-Mongol conqueror. From its striking blue dome to the ornate patterns covering its walls, this structure speaks volumes about power, ambition and a lasting legacy. Join us as we uncover the secrets of this 14th century masterpiece and jump into the life of a man who once ruled an empire stretching all the way from Delhi to Damascus. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, where we'll be exploring the incredible Mausoleum of Timur. This stunning structure is one of the most incredible and significant sites in the whole region, and I cannot wait to see what it is like and show you what it has to offer. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Let's dive in. We're staying in a B&B called Lion B&B. It's about a 17-minute walk from the Mausoleum and it should be pretty easy to get there. The streets here in Samarkand are so walkable. It's such a green, vibrant city, and we've seen this in Tashkent as well. It's such a great country and we're absolutely loving it so far. Timur founded the Timurid Empire in 1370, where here Samarkand was his capital. Timur's reign lasted actually about 35 years, where he spent most of his time on campaigns. And at the same time he created a vast empire from the Indus and Ganges all the way to the Bosporus. We're coming up now to the main statue of Amir Timur here in Samarkand. It looks quite big, it looks quite cool, pretty epic in fairness. He just looks out here on the city of Samarkand. He looks quite noble, quite royal as well. It's very cool to be learning about this historic figure here in the heart of Samarkand, on the heart of the Silk Route Trail. And I don't know if I've ever seen a country to take so much pride in their statues, in their parks and in their green area. It's great. We are very excited. I have to say I can't wait to get in here and see what it's like on the inside. We're walking through the park here. We can see the big blue dome coming up into the sky and two minarets either side as well. So even from all the way back here, it looks absolutely spectacular. Compared to other buildings that we've seen in Tashkent, it may seem modest, but the thing is that Timur was never actually intended to be buried here. But there is no question that the tile work and the dome are absolutely stunning here. We're hopefully going to get to come back here at night when the lights around the mausoleum light up the whole thing, and it will just add to the grandeur, and hopefully we are going to be able to do that in the next few days here. There's a good few tourists here now. A couple of buses are after coming in. This is probably the most amount of people we've seen in the one place. Not even sure of the price, but I'm sure we're going to find out very soon. The cost in here is 50,000 each for a foreigner, plus another 40,000 for a camera if you want to go around taking pictures. Bit of a robbery to be honest, but what can you do? We have to pay it here. So I'm just currently standing here at the entrance where you walk in, and it's under one of the blue arches, and the architecture, the intricate detail that you can see here, just knowing how old it is, it's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to go inside now. It's just mind-blowing and so happy to be here. Timur had a simple crypt built for himself at Shakrabaz, and he had this one built in 1404 for his grandson and proposed heir Muhammad Sultan. Timur died unexpectedly from pneumonia in 1405 when he was planning an expedition against the Chinese that winter. All the routes leading back to Shakrabaz were impassable at the time due to the weather, and so instead he was buried here. We're just after coming in through the first arch, and basically you have some flowers and green grass in the front, and it's really beautiful standing in front of it here. The intricate detail again, the grandeur of the whole place, it's quite stunning. There are stone markers for where Timur, his sons and his grandsons are all buried, and just here it gives like an outlay of where all his relatives are buried within the complex. In here you can see there's a number of tombs behind me, likely that of children, and a couple of other ones there you can see much bigger. These would have been all likely relatives of Timur buried here as well. So we're after coming inside here now. There's a smart museum here behind me. You can see these huge big screens where you can look up information. There's also some pictures here of his hometown and some other symbolic locations throughout Uzbekistan. And it's quite impressive, I have to say. There's also gift shops where you can pick up souvenirs to bring back home as well if you want to do that sort of thing. There's always one or two lads trying to get you into the shop, and here is no different. And the man himself in front of a nice little model here of the tomb. And here you can see like an interactive map of all of Timur's campaigns, quite detailed and quite a lot. He made it all the way up to Moscow as well, all the way down to Shiraz, and yeah, he was all over the place basically. That is one impressive family tree there. Look at the detail. A lot of layers. Very interesting on the map there, you can see that Timur actually made it all the way to Delhi and sacked it. We were in Delhi only a few weeks ago, but little did he know at the time that his grandsons and relatives would become the rulers of India and mainly Delhi, with the Mughal Empire taking over vast swaths of land there too. So now it's time to enter into the crypt. This crypt is incredibly impressive, I have to say. It's just like pure art on the walls, the detail here, and talk about grandeur. It is absolutely spectacular. If you just look up on the wall, it's just shining, it's glowing. There's a sparkle on the wall, and you just know that this is a place where someone very, very important would have been laid to rest. So behind me there you can see Timur's stone. It would have been once a single block of dark jade. But there's a very, very interesting story behind this. In 1740, the Persian warlord Nadir Shah would have carried it off into Persia, where it was accidentally broken into two pieces. After this, Nadir Shah was said to have an extremely bad run of bad luck, including the near death of his son. Many of Nadir Shah's religious advisors told him to bring the stone back here to where it belonged, and he did do that in the end, and all changed, all was good. His bad luck came to an end. And of course, in front here you have Muhammad Sultan in front of Timur. Sheikh Syed Umar is also buried here. He was one of Timur's most revered teachers, and he was also said to be a descendant of Prophet Muhammad. And very interestingly, Timur ordered this mausoleum to be buried around Umar's grave. I really can't get over it. When we come to places like this, it's almost a pinch yourself moment. Looking around here, the amount of history that is within these walls of this mausoleum is absolutely unbelievable. And again, this was one of the reasons why we both wanted to come travel these parts of the world. The ancient Silk Route is filled with nothing but history, stories, events from the past, people, characters, and we're learning so much as we go. There's a lot of information to take in, but we are loving every second of it, and I encourage everyone, if you can, make your way here, make your way to Uzbekistan. It's been an absolute treat so far, and there's so much to see. There was also, interestingly enough, a Soviet anthropologist called Mikhail Gerasimov who opened up these crypts in 1941. And some of the interesting things that were discovered were that Timur was actually very tall. He was about 1.7 meters. He was also lame in the right arm and the right leg. He also discovered that Ulugh Beg, the Timurid prince and scholar who was also buried here, he died from a beheading. So yeah, this place is full of a lot of interesting details, interesting people from the past, and again, coming here, it's so nice to learn about Samarkand, its history, as well as the different empires who ruled here. Another story is that Timur's grave had an inscription written on it. This inscription said that anybody who opens this tomb will be defeated by an enemy more fearsome than I. And the story goes, on the following day, June 22nd, Hitler invaded the Soviet Union. If that's true, that's pretty insane. It's really nice here as well. We did see groups of people coming in here, sitting around these chairs that are inside the mausoleum and praying together. It was very calming and peaceful, so pleasant experience here as well. You can also get a tour guide outside We just flat out said no because we always prefer to just go ourselves, do our own thing. And probably the most interesting thing I've learned today is that Timur was more likely a redhead than any other colour hair, and redheads are obviously much better leaders, strong people, and generally just better humans. You know? So that was absolutely amazing, I have to say. Well worth it. Under Timur and his successors, Samarkand definitely became a centre of science and scholarship. This mausoleum here is one of the gems of Islamic art here in Samarkand. The Timur dynasty survived in Central Asia for a century, and Timur's descendant Babur founded the Muslim line of Indian emperors known as the Great Mughals. We were so lucky in our time in India, in Delhi, when we learned a ton about the Mughal dynasty there, and I'll put a link up here where you can watch one of our videos on India and the Mughals. But seriously, Timur's mausoleum here is absolutely a sight to behold. I'm just looking up at it all the time and I can't get over it. The colour, that blue, the sky blue is just so beautiful. So it looks like there's another little gift shop down in that little trench there. I'm not going to go in there because I don't need anything, to be honest. So now we're just kind of circling around the mausoleum itself. So obviously you can see here behind me there's like part of the wall that's left from, it would have been the greater building back in the day, and you can see it's just basically a bit of a ruin, to be honest. And you can imagine now what it would have been like. It would have been much bigger. Timur was obviously a very powerful leader, and he built an amazing empire in the 14th century. He is known for his military conquest and his patronage to the arts as well, and coming here and learning a little bit about him, it only makes me want to find out as much as I can about him, his empire and his story. Clearly his legacy can be seen in the many buildings and monuments that he commissioned, but they're still being renovated today, and he's still a very popular leader. Despite of his controversial reputation, he's still thought of as a national hero here in Uzbekistan and many parts of Central Asia. I hope you enjoyed this visit as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comments down below. What did you think about the video? What did you think about this place? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. I have to say, the blue dome, the sparkle on the top is absolutely amazing. It's so beautiful, and it just stands out from so far away. We noticed it walking here from about 200 or 300 meters away, and just the art, the intricate detail is tremendous. It's so beautiful here.